Assalamualaikum and very good day everyone. My name is Izyan Wahab. I would like to share with all of you about our research and findings on targeted primary and secondary preventive strategies for depression among Malaysian pharmacy students. This is in fact a collaborative work of multiple local and international universities from Faculty of Pharmacy, University of Malaya, myself, from Inti International University, from University of Cyberjaya, Primary Health Clinic, from University of Strathclyde, UK, and also Management and Science University, Shah Alam. Right. So now, what's happening worldwide? It's not a new issue. So that's why I just want to remind you again the alarming state of mental health issues worldwide. The worldwide depression burden has remained a challenge in pre- and post-pandemic era. If you can see that, the situation became alarming during the COVID-19 period, whereby there's an additional of 53.2 million new depression cases reported in 2020. There are more new cases, but consistent with pre-pandemic era, younger age groups were more affected than the older age groups. So if we zoom in, which part of the world has the highest percentage of depression cases? Can you all guess? It is in fact in South Asia, low-middle income countries. In fact, I must say that it is actually the reports are underestimated. Now, zooming again in Malaysia, in March, there was a new clip article from Star News stating that Selangor recorded a whopping 191.8%, well, almost 200% jump increase in mental health problems after the implementation of the movement control order. So we know that the hazardous outcome of self-isolation is real, compounded by the gaps or the inequalities with regards to financial burden, the environment, and well-being. So the situation reflects that there's an urgent need to take action. All right. So is there any plan to curb depression? There was a document released last year or maybe the year before that. It's about National Strategic Plan for Mental Health 2020-2025 that echoes the importance of collaboration with multiple partners, not only from the health sides. Okay, one of the important collaboration highlighted in the document is with the universities to conduct research in population at risk, aiming to identify predictors to better enhance facilities and strategies to curb depression. Now we know that while reports this year, the previous years, the young ones are the ones that have higher depression cases, and psychological distress is also commonly occur among university students. So that's why we, the pharmacy lecturers, we wanted to conduct this study with the aim to identify university students' socio-demographic, psychosocial, and academic backgrounds and performance associated with depression, symptoms for the development of primary and secondary preventive strategies for mental health. Well, how we actually conducted the study. This is cross-sectional observational study that use Google Forms. All right, it's a questionnaire, online Google form, and we use depression, anxiety, stress scale score to identify depression symptoms. Okay, and then we use the form, all right, containing multiple factors, the socio-demographic factors, psychosocial, academic matters, other matters, and then we blasted it to 19 universities in Malaysia offering Bachelor of Pharmacy degree. All right, and then after that, we analyze each and every factors. All right, for example, age, gender, ethnicity, religion, family income, nicotine smoke, residence, marital status, alcohol intake, and so on. I really recommend you to read up our recently published article about this study that explain in detail how we actually conducted the study. All right, now we come to the study results and discussion. I only want to highlight key findings because of the interest of time. A total of 610 pharmacy students participated, of which 47% were having depression symptoms. That's a lot, yeah, almost half of the participated students. 4 specific characteristics actually significantly predicted depression symptoms. Students with separated parents, those with poor academic performance, those with family history of mental illnesses, and also with underlying comorbidities. Those with smoke nicotine or vaping, had recent loss of someone close within the past 1 year, and pharmacy degree is not the first choice degree, also associated. They are associated but not predicting. They are associated with depression symptoms. So every effort to identify and implement depression prevention program should be made using these identified characteristics to avoid future harm and potentially help to reduce healthcare costs. All right, so that's why we propose several primary and secondary prevention strategies using these characteristics. I just want to remind again to all of you that what is primary preventive strategies? That actually reflects measures or actions to prevent the onset of depression leading to it, to prevent it from happening. All right, so for example, at universities, okay, aggressive campaign about nicotine-free campaigns, all right, and then easy access or make healthy coping skills, exposure and training more available to everyone, all right, those with early life experience that already have risk stressful before entering to the universities, make it available at universities, okay, and then carefully design curriculum that empowers students to pursue their career pathway, avoid overburden of assignments and examination. And I think all of us, we realize that the current generation of students, they are very different compared to my time, or maybe from my seniors, in fact. All right, I think the way forward is competency-based curriculum rather than theory-based, and that reflects the majority of the assessment pools around the final examination. I think we need to move beyond that, all right, make it more holistic, creative curriculum design for current generation of students. And then sense of belonging to universities, also important. All right, that means that the university environment should be more supportive, right? Avoid stigmatization, make the conversation or discussion, communication among peers, colleagues about mental health is a norm, like what we used to discuss about our high blood pressure or high cholesterol, how we actually take something to avoid in the first place. All right, for example, oh, I take statin because my total cholesterol is very high, or yeah, I don't want to eat that anymore, even though that's my favorite food, because I have high cholesterol. I just want to control my blood pressure. So why not we converse about mental health more openly, and with respectful, of course. All right. So mindfulness and compassion skills exposure also need to be available, even at pharmacy schools, even at the universities, at their hostels and so on, for them to able to handle their emotions, their stress, all right, and be more empathetic and respectful to one another. So that is the primary preventive strategies that we propose. And then moving on to the secondary preventive strategies. I just want to remind again what is secondary preventive strategies is actually any measures or actions to detect and manage the depression early. All right. So rather than penalizing students with issues, with other issues, for example, maybe academic or behavior issues or attitudes and so on, perhaps there's some underlying reason why they actually acted that way. So I think the pharmacy school can work together with other sectors, psychology or even the industries, how to actually create a holistic early detection program in place at the department or maybe at the faculty, schools and so on. All right. And of course, always put conduct stress management courses and campaigns, and also training to the faculty members. I believe that majority of the faculties or pharmacy schools in Malaysia, we do have a mentor and mentee system. All right. So training to the lecturers on communication, counseling skill, on how to handle students who has risks already, to develop depression symptoms, or maybe they already have it. All right. So I think sometimes we tend to forget how we actually respond to peers, to our friends, but to students, they are not, perhaps we don't know them much, their backgrounds and so on, and then how to handle when the students actually appear to us to ask for help. All right. So I think it's very important for all of us to get training, for universities to provide in such a way how to handle students at risk. So our study, of course, we have several limitations. To name a few, is the nature of the cross-sectional study is a web-based questionnaire where the response rate was likely to be low. All right. In fact, at the time when we blasted the questionnaire, supposedly there are about 3,000 pharmacy students, active students, but we only got 610 to participate in the study. And all questionnaires are self-rated and therefore prone to recall bias. However, this study results, again, I want to highlight again that students with early life experience of family history of mental illness, separated parents, and comorbidities were associated with depression symptoms. Right? In addition, those who smoke, have recently lost of someone close, had different choice of first degree, and with poor academic performance were also associated with depression symptoms. So this study suggests that more resource allocation for targeted primary and secondary preventive strategies to manage mental health among university students, and we can collaborate with health and social sectors to conduct simultaneous targeted healthy coping skills programs and mindfulness and compassion skills activity to support students who are at high risk of developing mental illness. Now we know the characteristics from this study. All right, so use it, collaborate with other sectors. All right, so with that, thank you so much. All right, so this is the reference where you can read up in more detail about this study. Thank you so much.